controller or in the model. Actually, model. Actual place is model. Second option, controller, but not in the views. If you write any logic in the views, the logic should be only for presentation. I want to display the data to the user in a list format, in a dynamic list format. Write that code in the view. I want to display the data in a table format. Write that code in the view. But that type of logic should be present. Don't write business logics in the view. Did you understand the difference? What I said here? Business logic means data validations. Presentation logic means just only data for showing the data, that's all. For loads or anything to display, create a table. I want to create a table now, dynamically. Use a loop and write the logic. But I want to validate the user's data. Don't write logic in the views. That all logic should be either in the model, actual model. Second option, controller. Up to that. But don't go with the view at any time now. Last one, controllers. That handle user interaction, work with the model, and ultimately select a view to render. In an MVC application, the view only displays information. The controller handles and responds to user input and interaction. In the MVC pattern, the controller is the initial entry point and is responsible for selecting which model type to work with, which view to render. Hence its name. That is, it controls how the application responds to a given request. Last class I said you, the name controller, because it only knows everything now. It decides which view to show. It decides which model to interact. All the things are decided by control. So you cannot bypass the controller now. You cannot bypass the controller. Yesterday I said you want to dosa. Directly you cannot call a master in order for a dosa. Compulsory you require to go to the person who delivers the food and you need to tell him, I want to dosa, and he tells to the chef. He tells to the chef. Are you clear? So that's what the responsibility of the controller. No one can escape from the controller. Every request should be processed through the controller only and cannot be bypassed. Okay, now, fine. Next. Read this. Actually, listen, this MVC is designed for developing desktop GUI applications. Desktop GUI applications, not for web. Not for web. It was designed for desktop, but became popular for web. Did you understand? What they thought is something and what the output came is something. So they actually designed it for building more desktop GUI applications. Their final outcome is web applications. That's what MVC traditionally used for desktop GUI, and later this architecture has become popular for designing web applications and even mobile applications and other client applications. Popular programming languages like Java, .NET, Ruby, PHP, Python, JavaScript, and other have their own MVC frameworks that are currently being used in web application development. As I said you multiple times to you, what is it? MVC is not a product of Microsoft. It is an architectural pattern. It is an architectural pattern. There are various frameworks from different programming languages which will help you to build a MVC application. You have it from .NET, Java, Python, Ruby, JavaScript. Everyone has their own MVC framework. And already in the last class, I have shown you the list also. The language and the corresponding MVC framework. Language is Java. MVC framework is Spring and Stux. Language is PHP. Take PHP, CodeIgniter, Gen framework, and Laravel. Next, Perl, Catalyst and Dancer, Python, Django, Flask, and Grok. Ruby on Rails, Nitro, JavaScript, Angular and Spine, .NET, ASP.NET MVC, ASP.NET Core MVC. ASP.NET MVC and ASP.NET Core MVC are the two MVC frameworks what Microsoft gives to you. So don't forget this point. It is not a Microsoft product. It is a architectural pattern, that's all. Unfortunately, Microsoft has given the name as MVC. So everyone will think MVC is Microsoft. No, it's just an architecture. Microsoft MVC framework is named as MVC here. That's all. Okay. Just when you switch on that cooler, switch on the cooler. Thank you. Okay. So like this, we just have the various MVC frameworks available in the market. Why it's not clear? Online students, am I audible? Yeah, someone pinging, it's not clear. Disconnect and connect, Santosh. Disconnect and connect. No issues from our side. The voice is perfectly okay. No issues at all. So just disconnect and connect, please. Check now. Check now. Still, are you getting any disturbance? Are you still getting any disturbance? Now clear? Yes, for what? Here. Okay then. Okay, guys. Okay. So what is it? We have a lot of MVC frameworks available in the market, and developers based on their language, can choose an MVC framework of our choice. Now, who designed this MVC actually? Who designed the MVC? Is the one who designed MVC. Trygve Ranskog introduced MVC into Smalltalk 76. What is the Smalltalk 76? Array, we have Windows today. Windows 11, Windows 10, Windows 8. Yes or not? Smalltalk is an operating system here. In 70s, that's a popular OS. Smalltalk 76. It's just like our Windows 11 now. Next thing is Windows 12. Same way, after Smalltalk 76, they went to Smalltalk 80. That's an OS, that's all. It's just like a version, that's it. Trygve Ranskog introduced MVC into Smalltalk 76 while working at Xerox Palo Alto Research Center in the 70s. In 1980s, Jim Althoff and others implemented a version of MVC for the Smalltalk 80 class library. Means for the Smalltalk 80, the first MVC architecture was born. Means actually designed by Trygve Ranskog, but later Jim Althoff and few other people came forward and they have implemented the first MVC application. But I said you, then web is not there. In 80s, we don't have web here. Web was born in 90s. But in 80s, we don't have web. Means at that time, it is purely for desktops. Desktop apps only. They used to build only desktop apps by using this. Okay, next. Read it. Although originally designed a desktop computer, MVS has been widely adopted as architecture for web applications in major programming languages. It has been adopted as a architecture in the major programming languages. Several MVC web frameworks have been designed that enforce the MVC pattern that are listed above. Already we saw the list above. Next. Under MVC, there are some children. MVC is the root here. Under that, we have some children. What is it? HMVC, MBA, MVP, MVM, and others that adopted MVC for different contexts. Guys, in our application development, we will learn MVC, but we will even touch that MVVM models, different models also will come across. I'll highlight you there. I will highlight you at that. Root is MVC. All these are children. We'll come across these architectures also in our applications. When we come across that, I will tell you what is this style of writing. The code is called as MVVM. I will explain you at that particular point of time. So don't focus much on this. Just understand MVC is the parent. Under that, we have different child architectures. What is it? Hierarchical MVC, model view presenter, and model view model. Model view model architecture. All these things comes under as a children of the MVC basically. Okay. Yeah, online student, someone has asked for the details of the admin. Someone has posted the message for the details of the admin that are shared now. Check it out. In the WhatsApp, in the chat, admin has shared you that. Okay, these are the details of your admin. Just take this number and contact with him. Okay, fine. Actually, this is ASP.NET MVC request life cycle. I'm not explaining it right now. Reason is, at least you write one program, you will understand about it. Until then, you don't understand. After writing the code, I will explain about all these things in detail for you. And I'm skipping up this particular thing in the notes. This page I'm skipping up. And these are the different versions of your MVC. ASP.NET MVC versions. Actually, in December 2007, Microsoft has first designed the concept of ASP.NET MVC actually. Okay. So it is not an official release. It's only a trial release, that's all. And finally, officially it was launched in March 2000. It is 1.0. MVC 1.0. Later on, we have MVC 2, MVC 3, MVC 4, MVC 5. And finally, guys, there is the last version of MVC. There is the last version of MVC. Under that, we have enhancements, but not replacement. Nothing changes. 5. Another we have 5.1, 5.2, 5.2.2, 2.3, and the current latest is 5.2.9. Then June 2022. Sir, you're telling this is the last version. Don't we have MVC anymore? Actually, after this, it is MVC core. This is the last year. Afterwards, it is MVC core. Understood? First, Microsoft named it as MVC 6. It named it as MVC 6. After 5, they launched 6 in the market. But the 6 was later on changed off into core. It was changed off into core. That is 5 is the last. Afterwards, what do we have? Core. And this works on framework and that works on core. This works on .NET framework, guys, and that works on .NET core. Okay. So this is what, and these are continuously given you core MVC versions. You can see. First version 1.0.0, 1.1.0, 2.0.0, 2.1, 2.2. Current version. There is no difference between your .NET versions and MVC versions here. What is the current latest version of your .NET? Before that, 3.1, 3.1 before 3, before that, 2.2, 2.1, 2.0, 1.1, 1.0. That versions and these versions are same only. Actually, in framework only we have a headache. What is it, you know? Your framework versions and your MVC versions are not same. But when you come to .NET Core onwards, what is the version of your .NET? Your ASP.NET MVC is also same version. Which version of the .NET are you learning? .NET 8, correct? Your MVC is also .NET. Sorry, your MVC is also 8 only now. Your MVC is also 8 only. So the current latest version, what we are learning in the classroom is MVC 8, guys. Remember, we are learning the latest version. And you read this. Same as .NET versions only. Your .NET Core versions only. It is same as your .NET Core versions only. Whatever is the .NET Core version, that is only the same version for your ASP. Sorry, for your ASP.NET also. Okay, both will have the same version numbers. So you don't require to separately learn about ASP.NET versions here. If you say I'm working with the .NET Core 8, I'm working with the .NET 8, means you are also working with ASP.NET Core 8 now. That is also 8 only. Tomorrow if 9 comes, this also becomes 9. Okay, so I don't require to separately list you out the versions in that place. Well, guys, so you understood the 3 components now. We'll write the code here. We will develop and we'll write the code so that you will get a clarity. Once you get a clarity, once I explain you about displaying the output to you on the monitor and all the things to you, then I will give you an explanation about this particular picture, guys. What is that? ASP.NET first lifecycle. How a page gets processed for you on this server. I will tell you about all these things in detail for you. But before that, let me show you an example. Then only it will be better or easy for you to understand this one. Are you clearer, all of you? Okay, so that's what. Okay, we'll try one example first with this, and then we'll jump start into the other things. Well, before I show you an example in MVC, first I should tell you how do a web application run. I'm not talking about MVC, guys. I'm talking in general. How do a web application run? All of you, what you do, you're opening a browser and you're typing some www.facebook.com and you're getting a web page as an output. Do you know how to design web pages? How do you design web pages? With the help of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, you know how to design web pages. All of you are familiar with it. Okay, second question. How do you access the web page? From a browser. How do you access a web page? How do you access a web page in the browser? What you do? You open a browser, or what you do? You type the path of the file. Suppose you saved it in some drive. In E drive, you have E drive. In the E drive, you saved it. You will call it. Okay. We'll do one thing here. I will do one thing. What's it? Let me. We are going to start with ASP.NET MVC and afterwards ASP.NET Core MVC. Cannot understand whether ASP.NET Core is part of MVC Core. MVC is a part of ASP.NET Core here. MVC is a part of ASP.NET Core. Again, you people came to the first again. Guys, again I'm telling you, ASP.NET is not separate and MVC is not separate. MVC is a part of ASP.NET. You are learning ASP.NET. Under ASP.NET, MVC comes to you. Are you clear? And I said you already in the first day, we have two ASP.NET. One is the ASP.NET, which works on .NET framework. Under that, we have web forms, MVC. Means all these three are ASP.NET only. Now, ASP.NET is not different and MVC is not different. Under ASP.NET only, MVC comes to you. And now this ASP.NET changed to ASP.NET Core. This is the latest. Works on .NET Core. And under this, we have what? Core Web Apps, MVC Core, Core Web API. And we are going to start with ASP.NET MVC on .NET Framework Then I will teach you Web API. Once you are clear with what is MVC architecture, then we'll go with core MVC, core Web API, and the last core web apps. Once again, I'm telling you, you are learning ASP.NET. Understood? MVC is not separate again. ASP.NET means that is MVC only. MVC is a part of ASP.NET. Under ASP.NET, MVC will come to you. Why WCF? Why you went to WCF? We are learning ASP.NET, not WCF. That is different again. I listed you that only, what I'm teaching you. Okay, I did not list you MVC, sorry, WCF there. Okay, we'll do one thing, guys. Let us do one thing. I will create one folder on my computer in the E drive. Let's create a new folder. New folder. I will name this folder as MVC11. Just our timings. MVC11. This is the folder I created. And from today, we'll store all the files in this folder. Okay, now in this folder, in this particular folder, I want to create one HTML page. And creating HTML pages. And yeah, how do you create an HTML page? Open an editor of your choice, anything you like. I'm opening a notepad and write some content in this now. Okay, now I'm just going to create a simple login page here. I want to write a HTML code for creating a login page. Look, guys, it's what you learned in your HTML classes. Doc type HTML. Start with HTML. Next, head. And the head, what are you writing? Title. And title is login form. Next, by head. Then body. Form tag. What is the use of the form tag? If at all you want to use any controls, if you want to use any controls, compulsory you should have a form tag. No form tag, the data will not be sent to server. Okay, we'll understand that much better going forward. Now we have a table. I use the caption here, TD by TD by TR. So in the first row, what you placed? One label in one column, text box in the second column, right? Next. Again, second row, a password text box. Third row, you're placing a button now. You're placing a button. What button? Submit button. Value is login. And you're giving some IDs and names for the appropriate thing. Okay. ID. Next. What do you have? Reset button. By TD. By TR. By table. By form. By body. By HTML. A simple HTML page I created. Nothing special in this. Let me save it. Where shall we save? In our folder? Or we created a folder now? We'll save in that folder. File menu. Save. A drive. MVC11, right? MVC11 is the folder. So let's go to the folder. Let's name it as login.html. Login.html, a simple file, what I created with the name called login.html. File saved. Okay. Yeah, the page is saved now. Now, how do you access it? You will open a browser of your choice. I prefer always Microsoft Edge. Okay, so, and I'm trying to access it from here now. Come on, tell me. A drive. MVC 11 login.html. Login.html. You got the output of the page. A simple page what you create and nothing special here. So you see the output of your page on the monitor now. Clear now? Okay, very good. You learned HTML, how to access all the page. First tell me how to access this page from another machine now. Are you developing application for your sake? Huh? Then how do you access this application page from another machine now? I am in a LAN. Listen, I am in a LAN. So from another system in the network, I want to access this page now. Are you clear? From another system in the network, I want to access this page now. Oh, you want to access this page now? One option is copy the page to other system there and again open in the same way now. There are 100 systems, you cannot copy in all the 100 systems now. And if you copy like this also, tomorrow if I change this page, this won't reflect on all. Again, I should copy in all machines now. Got the point? Then how can I access this page from other systems connected in a network? I'm not talking about internet, sir. Ignore it. I'm talking within the organization, that's all. In the organization, there are 100 computers. In one computer, I created this page and I want to access this page from the remaining 99 computers now. Are you clearer or not? You learned accessing like this only till now. But now my question is how to access from the other systems in the network. So remember, if you want to access this from other systems in the network, the first thing you require is a software called as web server. What do you require? A web server software is required. Are you clearer or not? So you need a software called as a web server. The web server software should be present. If the web server software is available on my machine, all the systems in the network can connect to my machine and access this page. Are you clearer or not? Understood? How? How do we do that? Okay, let me show you. The first thing you do is check whether the web server is present on your machine or not. Sir, how will it be present? Because Microsoft provides you one web server called as IIS, Internet Information Service or Internet Information Server. It provides you a server and this is a part of your Windows OS. By default, along with your Windows OS, the IIS would have already came onto the system. Are you clear? So just do a confirmation check. How to check it? Very simple here. Open the browser, any browser, and type http:/localhost. Understood? If IIS is installed on your machine, when you hit the enter key, you see this blue color screen. Just a minute. You get this. You get this window. If you get this window, what is the meaning? That is already available on your machine. Are you clearer or not? Okay, so just to verify, present or not present. If present, fine. If not present, install. How to install? Very simple. Watch guys. How to install? See, even though it is installed on your machines, all of you should do this now. Everyone, installed people also should do this. Okay, listen carefully. Open the control panel. Go to, see this option now. Go to this particular option. Guys, basically in the control panel, you will see the icons in different varieties now. Categories, large icons, small icons. If you see in a large or small icons, then you're required to choose the option programs and features. Okay, now, so be careful again. Sorry, it is not visible to me. You'll be confused. That's what I'm telling you. Your large icon or small icon, then you're required to use programs or feature. No, sir, it is showing you as category. Large and small, same only. Showing as category, then programs. Got it, everyone? So click on that. Okay. So click on programs and features. Anytime did you use this window? We use this window regularly for uninstalling and installing any softwares. Will come here now. Same window only, nothing new. In this, watch guys, in the left hand side, you will be finding an option. What is it? Turn Windows features on or off. Turn Windows features on or off. That's what we find here. Okay. Click on that, guys. Turn Windows features on or off. It opens the window. Guys, even it is installed also, you must do it. I'm telling you. Are you clear? Well, now, guys, listen. Come below. Here, you'll be finding Internet Information Services. If it is not installed, this is unchecked to you. Are you clearer or not? So what you require to do now is, what you guys require to do is, just watch carefully. Expand this. Expand this. Under that, again, you have three options. Okay, now? Expand every option until the low level. Expand every option until the low level. Are you clear? Under that, expand every option until the low level. If it is already installed, all these checkboxes are not selected, guys. So if it is already installed, what you do is select all the checkboxes and click OK. If not installed, from the root, you require to select all the checkboxes. Did you get my point or not? If it is already installed, what you will find? This checkbox is selected for you already. Are you getting me? Means you require to select the remaining checkboxes now. Not installed. Then from here, from here, all checkboxes should be selected. So for everyone, I'm telling you, what is it? Make sure all these checkboxes are selected. If it is already installed also, don't forget to check all the checkboxes. If it is not installed, freshly you will do all the checkbox selection. Are you clearer or not? And once you click on the OK button, anyhow, all of you have a Wi-Fi connection, it will automatically download and install of IES for you on your machines. Is it clear, all of you? Yes or not? And once this is done, restart your PC. Restart your PC. Once again, everyone can see that. Starting from everything in the low level is checked. First FTP, under the two options are there. Again, web management tools. Under that we have IES and multiple options are there now. Everything into the low level. Everything in the low level. Don't forget to check all these particular options. Mainly FTP server, web management tools, World Wide Web Services. All these checkboxes, make sure they are selected. If IES is already installed, okay, fine. Then also don't forget to check all the checkboxes. And once you are done, restart your PC. Okay, now? And after restarting your PC, again the same story. Open the browser. Type what? HTTP localhost. HTTP://localhost. If you type it, the page has to come now. If you got this, IES is ready for usage. Okay, now, any doubts? Okay, so once you do this, all your IES, okay, IES is ready now. Now, with the help of this IES, we can provide access to our pages to other systems in the network. With the help of IES, we can provide access to other systems in the network. How, sir? How to do that? I'll tell you. But first, see, when I type here, HTTP localhost, one page is coming for you here. Array, this is also one page only. This is also one page. A page is coming here. So from where this page is coming now, where this page is coming, that's a big doubt I have in the mind. Okay, I'll clarify you. Just a minute. Before that, listen. Once IES is installed on your computer, just a minute. I'll clean IES because lots of things are present in that. Let me clean everything. Like how you get on your machines, I will clean it first. Just a second, all of you. Okay, look now. So once the IES is confirmed, okay, you are getting it now. Now what you do is again go to search and search for an option called as INET MGR. What is it? INET MGR. What is that, sir? Read the latest is 6.0, IES 6 is the latest one. Internet Information Services Manager. In other words, simply we call it as IES Manager or INET MGR. INET MGR. Okay. When you search, you will get that option in the list. Click on that. And it asks you, you should open in admin mode. Click on the yes button. Yeah. The IES Manager opens to you. This is the IES Manager. Okay, this is the IES Manager. First time when you open this, look carefully. This is the IES Manager, and in the left hand side, you'll be finding an option. What is that? Connections. And below that, it will show you the server. What is this? This is nothing but the name of your machine. This is nothing but the name of your machine. Actually, my machine name is server here. That's what it is showing you. Your machine name is XYZ. That only will show you. See now. Your machine name is your own name. You will see that name only there. Are you clearer or not? Okay. And what is this MIT here? The user account with which I logged in into the computer. MIT is the user account with which I logged in into the computer. Server is your computer name, and MIT is the username with which you logged in. I don't know what you will get. You will get your machine name and your username there. Clear? Now expand this. When you expand, you'll find two options here. One is second one, sites. Second one is sites. What is this, sir? You remember in the starting classes we learned a collection of web pages is called website. A collection of websites is a web server. Now, what is a web server? A web server is a collection of websites now. A web server is a collection of websites. Now you are working with web server only. So now it's asking you, it is doing the list of the sites now. Are you clear? By default, listen, by default, when you install IES on your computer, there is already one site created. By default, one site is already created for you. And the site name is default website. Now what you can do, you can right click on this and you can create your own sites now. Are you clear? You can right click on this and you can start creating your own sites. Right now you already have a site there, but you can also create your own sites. Okay. Already one site is present. What is the site name? Default website. And this site has some associated pages also. This site has some associated pages also. Where are they present, sir? They are saved in a folder. They are saved in one folder and linked to this. They are saved in one folder and linked to this. Okay, just concentrate on this. Right click on this. You'll be finding an option called as Manage Website. Under that, you'll be finding an option called as Advanced Settings. Click on this, guys. When you click on this, it will show you the physical part of the folder. All of you can see this is the physical part of the folder. What is this? System drive means C drive. Yeah, system drive is C drive. In C drive, there is a folder. What is the name? INET PUB. And under that, there is another folder. What is the name? www root. Means your default website is mapped to that folder now. Are you clearer? So whatever web pages you have, all the pages will be in the folder and they're accessed through this site now. A site is a collection of pages now. And the site is mapped to one folder and all the pages are stored in the folder now. Shall we go to the folder? What is that, guys? C drive, inetpub, www root. Okay, so just a minute. www root. And by default, if you come here, watch it. There is one page here. What is the page? Array, when you opened HTTP localhost, this page only opened to you. Did you get my point? So shall we open this file now? Or how do you open? Generally open the file with physical path. Just try a physical path. Open a browser and try the physical path. What is the physical path? C drive, inetpub, www root, isstart.htm. isstart.htm. Is it not the page you saw? Array, that page only opened here. That's one HTML page, but we did not access through we did not access the physical path now. How did we access? We accessed it by sending a request to IIS, and IIS has sent me this now. Are you clearer or not? Understood my point? See, tomorrow in a network, another computer want to access my IIS now. In a network, another computer want to access my IIS. What they should do, simple. HTTP, and in the place of localhost, type my computer name now. What is my computer name? Server. When they hit like this, they will get access to the page now. They'll automatically get access to my page now. You are in another system in the network now. You are sending a request to my machine. What is it? HTTP:/server. You will get access to the page. Are you clear? Now you have a doubt. Sir, if I put my login page here, can I access it through IIS without a physical path? Did you get the question? If I put my login page, the login page is in some folder here. If I copy that login page into this folder, can I access it directly through the IIS without a physical path? Did you catch my point? Let's try, guys. Let us try. Initially, look at this, all of you. What I'm typing, HTTP localhost. What is the page name? Login.html. Guys, watch. What is this? URL. Protocol. Domain name. What is the domain name? Localhost. If you want to write server also there. Computer name also you can write. By default, the local computer will have a domain name called as localhost. No, you can write your own server name also, computer name also. And afterwards, what I said, your port number automatically comes. Last one, request page. What are you requesting for? Login.html. Tell me now, is this file right now present under www root folder? Not present now? Because it is not present, when I hit my enter key, I get error. 404? 404 error means page not found. The meaning is page not found. It's not found. Okay, I will copy this now here. Where is it? E drive, MVC11, login.html copy, C drive, inetpub, www root. So guys, watch. Come on, guys. Is it present? Yes or not? Okay, present now. Now open the browser. Just now we got a not found error here. Shall I refresh this page once? Got it. See. You are not accessing through the physical path. You are accessing through the server. What's the difference? This is first morning what we saw, physical path. This is okay only for the local computer, not for a remote computer. Now your page is accessible to remote computers also. What they should do, the other computers in the network can access the page like this. HTTP, not localhost. For them, localhost means their machine. What should they say? server login.html will provide them access to the page. Server login.html. I can also use server. Array, my machine name only na. And other systems in the network also can use it. Recollect yourself, I explained you the same concept earlier. I taken one machine called MIT20. Array, on that I said IIS is installed, SQL Server is installed, Oracle is installed. Now from the remote computer, how to send a request? I said you are on a machine called NIT10. From there you say MIT20 colon port number. The request goes to the server now. MIT20 is the server, but here my server name is server only. My server name itself is server. Are you clear? Sir, port number is missing, not required. Why? By default, every browser will send a request on port number 80 and you don't require to specify that. If you have any confusion on the ports, watch the video. I just already said you about this to you in the earlier classes. Okay. So here you can just see, even I say, look guys, colon 80. Nothing happens. You got the same output on me. Even I don't say also, I get the same. Even I say also, I get the same. Did you understand how to access a page through your web server now? So once I put this here, now what is the benefit? If I am 100 systems in the network and IIS is on my machine, the remaining 99 systems in the network now connect to my machine and access the page. Tomorrow, whatever changes I make, these changes reflects to all. All will see the changes now. So which one is better? Physically copying them on every machine or giving them access through a server? Now it is intranet. Now it is, if I take this and put on a public server, it becomes internet now and global access can be done. Are you clear? Now I am giving access only within the organization. But to take this now, put it on a public server like Microsoft Azure or GoDaddy or AWS, any of these things. And once you put it on a public server, then people can start accessing it from anywhere. From anywhere, people can start accessing this code now. That's what a public is. Is it clear? Public, I will show you in the last. Public, I'll show you in the last, not today, in the last of your session. I will create one sample project and I will host this project on a public server for all of you. And the next minute I put it on the public server, I said you can start opening your mobile phones and access the site on the spot. Are you clearer? And that becomes internet-based application. But right now we are only talking within the organization, intranet. Any doubts? Understood everyone? How are we accessing it? By copying this into a folder called inetpub www. Why sir, why did you copy into that folder? Because that folder is already mapped with the default website. The folder is already mapped with the default website. Now we'll have a doubt here. So tomorrow I have 10 applications. 10 applications have different pages. Do you want me to copy all of them into inetpub www root? Did you understand the question? I have 10 applications here. Every application has so many pages now. And you want me to copy all these things into inetpub www root? Why? Every application has its own login page. 10 login pages are there now. Everything is different. Now, if I copy all this, how can I copy all of them in one folder now? Got it or not? So to avoid it, we have an option. What is that? Sir, I will save my files in my folder only. Which folder? MVC 11. I will save in my folder only, but still I want to access them now. I don't want them to be present in www root. Tomorrow 100 pages are there. Everything I cannot copy into www root now. Are you getting me? Sir, I want to put my files in my folder only, that is MVC 11, but still I want to get access to my pages now. If that is the case, look at this all of you. What to do? Listen. Under the site, right click on the site, you'll have an option called add application. Add application means under the site, we are adding one application actually. So what is this? It is like a folder. Under that, you are adding a subfolder. Right? You have a folder here. Under that, you are adding a subfolder now. That's what add application. This will come and add under the default website. Now it will ask you, tell me the name of the application. Some name you like. Some name you like. Okay. I will match to what I used in the notes, guys, without a confusion again to you. I given the name as Site 1. What is that? Site 1 is a name I given in my notes. So I'm using the same name only here also. Okay. Well, now here it will ask you, what is the path? What is the path? Directly provide your folder path now. Ignore www root tab. Directly go your folder path. What's the folder path? A drive MVC11. E drive MVC11. What is the name? MVC11. Okay. Click on OK. Guys, watch it. It is added under the default website. That only I said you. It is a folder. It's a subfolder now. Understood my point or not? So how to access it now? How to access it? Look, guys, how to access it. Come on, earlier you accessed it like this now. Now, how to access HTTP? Same story. Localhost / now give the subfolder name here now. What is the name? Site1 / file name. Got it. See. Are you guys clear? Look at the URL. Localhost, and here you given your name now. What name? Application name. What is that? Site 1. Under that we have login. Now see, tomorrow I have 10 different applications. I will take 10 different applications here, map it to different folders now. Which one you want to access? You can use that name. Site 1, Site 2, Site 3. Like this, you can have different things here. Are you clearer or not? So we are not creating a new site, guys. Site is there. Under that we are creating a sub. Folder is there. Under that we are creating a sub. Same way, we have one site. What is the site name? Default website. Under that only, we are creating a subfolder. What we call it? Application. We call that as a application. How to create? Help me again. I'm removing it. First, let me delete it. We'll add again. Okay, remove. Come on. Right click on default website. Add application. Give name Site 1. Give the path. What's the path? A drive MVC11 and click OK. The Site 1 is added here. Are you getting me? The Site 1 is added here. It is adding the Site 1 to this now. Okay, fine. Next, say again, you have an option called add application now. Same way we have another option called add virtual directory. What is this? Both are same here. Earlier we used to have an option called virtual directories. Recently Microsoft changed it as add application. Going forward, this add virtual directory options can be removed off. But latest is, but you can try this also. What is it? Add virtual directory. Both will be same only, just icon difference, that's all. See, add virtual directory. Same only, asking you alias name. Let's do the name as one is there. I created Site 2. Path again. E drive MVC11. MVC11 is the folder. Click on the OK. See that. Just an icon difference, that's all. But both are same. Site 1, Site 2. Sir, can I access this also? Yeah, it works the same like that only. Watch again. How to call? HTTP localhost site2 login.html. Got it? See guys, all the three I kept open for you. This is the first option. But where you put it? www folder. Second option. You added an application and used it directly to your folder mapping only. Third option. Virtual directory. I'm telling you, add application, add virtual directory, both are same. Earlier we used to call it as add virtual directory. Recently Microsoft changed it as add application. Going forward, virtual directory option can be removed and only add application option will be present to you. But right now both will work. Add application also it will ask you alias name and path, and add virtual directory also will ask you alias name and path. Try the two things if you want. Clearer or not? Sir, now your next question will be, sir, you are showing all these things now, but can't I create my own site only? Did you get the question? Site is there and you're asking me to use that site and create an application under the site now. A virtual directory under the site means a subfolder. You're trying to tell me to create a subfolder. Can't I create my own site? You can create a site also. You can create a site also. Anything works. I'm telling you every option that is possible to you. Are you clear? This is one way to use it. Another option is create your own site. Create your own site now. Okay. How to create a site? Already said you how to create a site. How to do? Right click on sites. Add a website. It will ask you site name. It will ask you the site name. There it asked you alias name, but here it asked you site name. Give a name to your site. I given the name as NIT site. NIT site 1. I given the name as NIT site 1. Same story again. What is the path of the folder? E drive MVC 11. That is the path of your folder. These four things are what you given already in the previous example. Correct now? Now also entered the two, but you have one more to do. Listen carefully. Now, when you come below, when you just come below here, just a second. Again, you came to the first. Both are same only. I said you again. You're asking what is the difference between application and virtual directory, sir. I said you first. You will have this doubt only. First, they started from that only. Earlier, Microsoft used to create a virtual directory. Recently, they changed it as application. Both are same. You can try both. I said. No, I'm not going to tell anything about the public server now. We'll talk about it in the last. The size is not reducing. Okay. Now you just see when you click on the OK button here, when you click on the OK button after entering the tool, what? Site name, path. It is giving you a message. Read it. See guys, path coming into action. Port coming into action, telling you already on port number 80, default website is running. If you try to create one more site now, there is a problem. That's why without this disturbance only, using the port number 80, under that we created a subfolder. Application is a sub. I mean, 80 only is a port. Under that we created a sub. But now what are you trying to do? You are creating a new site now. When you're creating a new site, it is telling me, default in 80 as a port number, but already someone is running on port number 80. You can't run on port number 80 anymore. You can't run on port number 80 anymore. That's what it is telling. Sir, see guys, you enter the site name here, you enter the physical path here, come below, and here it is showing you. The default port is 80. The default port is 80. That's why when I click on OK, I'm getting an error. Okay, just a minute. I will show you much in detail to you. I shown you one command. Do you remember? Netstat -a. All ports which are being in usage on your machine will be shown for you. Check it out. 83 is already occupied. It's not running there. Default website is running. Now you cannot run one more site on the same port now. Then what should I do, sir? Change your port number. What port number should I give? I already said you this. Port number 0 to 79 are free only. See, 81 to 134 are free. 136 to 444 are free. You can use any of the ports you like now. Shall I use 90? Shall I use port number 90? Okay, observe. Come here. Change the port number to 90. Okay, now? And click OK. Created, see. New site is created. Are you clear? Guys, actually, when you select the site, now on the right hand side, it will show you the binding, guys. Can you see that? What is showing here? 80. You can see here also. What? Select sites. Select sites. It'll show you. Are you guys clear? Now see, when I say HTTP localhost, see, listen. When I type HTTP localhost, the request goes to default website. When I say HTTP localhost :80, now also request goes to both are same only. Why? Even though I don't type 80 there, browser will send the request to 80 by default now. Sir, then how to send a request to NIT site one, sir? HTTP localhost :90. Now your request goes to NIT site 1. Your request goes to NIT site 1. Before I show you that, once again, come here and try netstat -a, and you should find 90 in the list now. This is why I shown you first. You got 90 in the list now, see. On 80, one site is running. 90, another site is running. Which site? NIT site 1 is running on 90. Is it clear, all of you? So now how to access it, sir? Come on, I'll show you that also. Open the browser. Now, try HTTP localhost :login.html. See the address bar, guys. Is it clear, everyone? Okay, now the request goes to NIT site 1 and giving access to page. I shown you a variety of options to you till now. First option, I placed in www root and shown you. Second option, your own folder but create a sub under the site, a sub I created. Two options to create a sub. One is application, one is, once again I'm telling you, both are same. Okay, and next I showed you creating your own site. But when you're creating a site, it asks for you, port number 80 is already occupied, so you cannot use port number 80. So what did I do? Okay, don't worry, I changed my port now. I changed my port now. Are you clear? Sir, is it mandatory to change the port and use it, sir? Is it mandatory to change the port? Actually, it's not like mandatory to change the port. It's not like mandatory to change the port. But sir, if you don't change the port, it has given a message to us. Only one server will, one site will run. It's shown you clearly. Let's try again. Right click, add website. NIT site 2. Array, I'm changing the name. A drive MVC 11, and coming below, the port is taken as 8, and when I click OK, it is giving a message. Yeah, we just said that you will be able to start only one of the sites. If default website starts, NIT site 2 will not start. If NIT site 2 starts, default website will not start. Are you clear? But I want to run both the two sites. I want to run both the two sites. If that is the case, you can give your own domain name here. Without changing the port, how to access it? Changing the domain name. The current domain name of default website is localhost. What is the domain name of default website? Localhost. Localhost is the domain name of the default website. Now I want to give my own domain name now. Are you clear? If you give your own domain name, then there is no need of changing the port number. Did you understand me or not? Okay, so shall I give a domain name of my choice? Okay, I'm giving the domain name as nitsite.com. So now no need of using localhost, guys. What you'll use? nitsite.com, just like a real website only. Google.com, just like now you can go nitsite.com/login.html. You can access it like this. Did you understand me? Come on, let us try this. Enter. Yeah, created. Is also created. And you see, guys, first one and the third one are running on 80 only. But different domain name. What is the domain now? nitsite.com. That domain is localhost. That domain is localhost. So let me open the browser and try HTTP // Don't give localhost now. What do you give? nitsite.com/login.html. Are you guys clear? Hit enter. You got access to a page. Working like a real website, see now? Just like a real website now. A domain name is there now. Are you getting me? Just like a domain name, we just have this particular thing also. nitsite.com is my domain name. And now you see HTTP is a protocol. nitsite.com is a domain. And the DT is a port. Login.html request page. I explained you already the second or the third session for you already. What's it? URL contains 4 parts in it. First part, protocol. Second part, domain name. What's a domain? What is a protocol now? What is a protocol? HTTP is a protocol. Okay, just a minute. We'll retype. HTTP is a protocol. nitsite.com is our domain name. Port number is not mandatory. Default 80 will come. Even you type also, no issue. /login.html. Check it out. These are the 4 things what URL contains. I already explained to you. Protocol, domain name, port, and request page. Request page. If you don't give a port, by default it will take you which port? 80. Even if you give 80 also it will be same. Even I don't give 80 also. See, when I give a remote of that one now, but my page is loaded. So see, guys, option 1, accessing through. Accessing through www root folder, default website. Second, accessing through application, my own folder. Accessing through virtual directory, my own folder. Accessing through a new site, a different port. New site, different port. Again, new site, different domain. New site, different domain. But guys, when you try the last one, it won't work for you. You type nitsite.com, well, as I showed you, and you try, it won't work for you. But it worked for you, no, sir, why it won't work for me? Actually, you want to register a domain like this, you are required to first store that information in a file actually. You are required to write that in a file. Actually, in my previous class, I stored in a file. That's why it worked. You should do that. I skipped that at your point. What you are required to do is listen. If this has to work to you, what you are required to do is on your computer in the C drive, Windows 80C. Yeah? Forgot the path. Let me check in the notes. System 32. System 32. System 32 drivers. Drivers. Under that, a folder called etc. Yeah, guys, this is a path. Check it out once. C drive, Windows, System 32, drivers, etc. Drivers, etc. That is the location. There you find a file called hosts. Can you see that? Are you clear? In this file, you're required to specify the domain name actually. How to do? Open the file, right click, open with Notepad. Is open with, and just use a Notepad and open the file. Okay. Yeah, this is the file, guys. This is the file. And here you should write. These are all different domain names what I already created. So nitsite.com means actually just a minute. You don't see this, guys. When you open, this is how you will get it. See that localhost is already 127 means local computer. General standalone PC IP address is 127.0.0.1. And for that, localhost is the domain what is already registered there. And below that, I am writing few more things now. What is it? One name I given is, second name, third name. I can try all this, all three will work. Tomorrow you want something, you can add it now. 127.0.0.1 and you are just going to give some name of your choice. Are you clear or not? You can give a name of your choice. So edit this file, make your change and save the file. Okay. And one more warning to you all. You understood this concept now? Are you going to open this and write there? Then only it will work. But this file can be modified only by administrators. This file can be modified only by administrators. Right now on my computer, I logged in as an administrator. That's it working. But you try to save it, you will get an error. You will get an error. What error? You don't have permissions to modify the file. You don't have permissions to modify the file. If you get this error, by default, if it works fine here, if you get the error, what you do, copy this file into another folder. Or E drive or somewhere you copy. Open and modify that. You can paste it here. Understood? Simple technique here. Copy from here. Put it in a different location. Let me put on E drive, guys. Let me put on E drive. Okay. Once I put on E drive, I can modify here because it's not a system drive now. Array, C drive is system drive. You can modify it. But E drive can be modified. Now open the file. Okay. Make the change, I said. Make the change, I have said. Once you make the change, copy this file back from here. Go to C drive, Windows, System 32, drivers, etc. and simply paste. Do you want to replace the file? Actually, edit permissions are not there, but replace permissions will work. So simply replace the file, that's all. Are you clear? If you do this, then only the domain name option will work. Are you guys clear? Actually, to practice this, see guys, for job granted students, I already posted up the notes in your Google Classroom. I have checked it. For all the job guaranteed students, I posted off. Okay. For first that students, just now I reminded them, they forgot it. They did not get a Google Classroom. I reminded. For first that students, I'm telling job guaranteed, notes is already available to you. You can download, see the notes, and follow the process. For full stack students only, it was not yet created. It was not yet created. So meanwhile, full stack students, what you do is you can just watch the video and try it. Watch the video and try it out. Okay. And today's video, I will ask him to provide it immediately. You can ping me on my WhatsApp and I'll forward the video. Full stack students to try, use the video, guys. And job guaranteed students, I already posted the notes in your Google Classroom. Is it clear? For full stack students also, it will be given by tomorrow. By tomorrow, you will get up the notes for a full stack also. Okay, now? Meanwhile, look into the video and watch it. Ping me on the WhatsApp. I'll just forward you the today's video also. Okay, now? Let's stop here, guys. Try this. Tomorrow we'll start with MVC coding.